Okay guys, so to learn the Webster, the first thing that you need to do is learn how to roll. We're gonna start by learning how to roll like this. That is a very simple move. If you can, use a mattress or something soft, place it under you, and then you can roll on top of that, so to make sure that you don't get hurt. But for rolling, basically you wanna make yourself a ball. If you stay flat, then you won't roll. You wanna be like this. And if we want to practice this specifically for the Webster, ideally you wanna start with one leg. So from here, we place our hands in the ground, and then we roll, and there we go. So that's step number one. Number two, it's from a handstand, hold it and then roll. If you don't know how to do a handstand, you have a full free handstand program on the bio. But from here, we swing one leg, handstand, and then roll. And again, I'm doing this on concrete because I have experience, but you wanna do it with something soft under you. Place a mat, do it on your bed or whatever. Okay, now we're gonna do a few exercises. This exercise is always gonna be good, so I like to start doing these movements. But especially what you wanna do is be able to stand up like that. Because if you fall short on a front flip, you land like this, and you don't have enough strength to bring your body back up, then you're gonna struggle. Then you'll probably fall backwards. So this is a really good exercise. From here, place your hand and go up. And if that is too difficult, you squat, down, up, stand, and then slowly you start getting it. You see, you can do it more like that until you can do it all at once. You wanna also practice the bridge for this. So arch, do a bridge, hold it. That is always gonna be helpful because if you have more arch, then you don't need that much strength. So if you're flexible, this will be easier for you. And if you're not that flexible, you're gonna have to make up for that flexibility on pushing and doing the right technique. But the theory for the front handspring, you're gonna go as if you're doing a handstand, and then in here, that leg is going to kick. It's gonna drive you to the ground. You probably have seen a lot of flexible girls can do this. They go onto a bridge, from here onto a bridge. I cannot do that. I'll show you what happens if I try. I think it's important that you know what happens whenever you fail too, so you can avoid it. So for me to make up for that distance, I need to push my shoulders and leave the ground for a couple of seconds until I can get back to the ground. So this is how it looks. That was not very good. That's better. And to learn this move, you can have somebody placing their hand on your back as you go. Here, on that moment, you have someone placing their hand on your back and they help you finish the flip. That will help a lot. And also place a mat under you. Again, I'm just saying this for your safety, but you wanna have something under in case you don't land it. Since we are doing this to learn a Webster that goes from here, you first need to learn how to do a front handspring and then how to do a front handspring from that setup. So first, your first front handspring, you're gonna come running, go like this, hands close to your feet, kick. Try to arch as if someone was here and you wanted to go over, and try to land with your feet close to your hands. And to be able to make up for that flexibility, if you don't have it, you wanna push with your shoulders. So this kick mixed with you arching your body and pushing your shoulders on the right moment, that's what's gonna give you the momentum to be able to land it like this. Okay, so let's see it again. Pay attention to the shoulders now. You'll see how that plays a very important role. Now, if you try to go too far, you'll probably go like this and then fall, like I fall before. So those are usually the mistakes that people make. They go too far, they don't use their shoulders, or sometimes they don't kick. Once you know how to do that, you're gonna integrate the setup. So let's learn the setup right now. The setup goes like this. You kick your right leg up, and then you kick the other. That's gonna give you some momentum, and as this one is coming down, that's why you wanna jump. You're basically creating momentum coming from this leg all the way here. You then have enough power to do a front flip from there, to do Webster. So the setup, right leg, then left leg, then this left leg comes and kicks. Right, left, kick. And then when you kick, this is a mistake that also a lot of people make. You need to bring your body down. You bring your body down and then you kick, create an arch, and then you land. But now we're doing front handspring. So kick, kick, hands in the ground, and then that is gonna give the momentum, arch, shoulder push, we good. Let's see it. If you do this setup right, you actually get a lot of power. Okay, so now you can do a front handspring. You can do a front handspring from the setup. Next step is going to do a front handspring, but now we're just gonna tap with our hands. It's not gonna be a hold, because what I have been doing is holding my hands on the ground for like maybe a second and a half. Now you wanna just tap, like if you were touching something very hot. And that's gonna be the progression before we do the Webster, because then you're just not gonna need your hands at all. So, with a little tap, we just poop 1 second. Okay, now I'm landing with both my feet. You can also land it like this, it just depends. And again, at this point, you should also have a mat, something soft for your safety, especially at this point, because right now you wanna just try. Once you can do this little tap, you wanna just send it. So there's two ways to do it. One is to keep trying to not touch with your hands, and then eventually you will not touch, but you will not land it perfectly. You will probably land like this, or maybe low, but you will not be afraid. A lot of these flips, the problem is the fear that's in your mind that is not letting you do it. Like you wanna do it, but your body don't think that you can do it. So your brain doesn't let you do it, right? So if that's the case, it's okay. You can try to just not tap. And once you do it once, no using your hands, then just go for it. And when you go for it, you just forget about your hands, because now you wanna do this setup, you wanna kick, you wanna focus on driving this momentum even with your hands like that, to then kick and be able to land like this, okay? Just send it. Now, before you go and try the Webster with the setup and all that stuff, you can try it running. And if you wanna try it running, you better have something to kick from. So like this, actually will probably not work because it slides. I think I'll use it anyway, and hopefully I don't fail. And if I do, you'll get to see it. But have something then where you can, let's say a ledge or something. If you have basically anything, you can literally grab a rock and put the rock on the ground and then use that to step up, because that will help you bring your body up. And a lot of people make this mistake also in parkour. They do a front flip and then they go far. Then they send themselves like on this direction. And then they tag and they go far and they don't spin and they fail. And it looks like it hurts. So if you don't want that to happen to you, you want to make sure that you always kick enough. You want to kick enough and bring your body down, because that's what's going to make you spin. If you're sending your body in that direction, imagine I kick and I go in that direction, I will travel like this as I am spinning very slow. And trust me, that hurts. So you grab this, then you run, you kick, you do it, and then you remove it, and then you try with the setup. Let's see one. Now, obviously the first ones are not gonna be perfect, so don't worry. This requires a lot of technique, especially working on the arch of your back. But if you get a lot of flexibility, ideally your leg will touch the ground so quickly, because if you think about it, by the time you jump, this leg is probably already right here. If you jump enough, your leg will touch the ground so fast that you'll be like this. That's why the people that has a lot of back flexibility can do these tricks very easily and they look very beautiful. So if you want to make this trick look better than the way mine looks, then work on your back flexibility, and that will improve this movement a lot. If you want to learn more, you have my calisthenics community on the link below, and where you can upload your videos and I can give you feedback. And if you feel that there's a gap in between some exercises, let me know in the comments and I'll try to bridge that gap with some exercise, so try to help you so you can unlock this amazing movement. Subscribe, give me a like, I'll see you on the next one.